So let's see what we have here. Let's see what we got on the menu. Oh, thanks for taking out the extra lean ground beef. I was actually going to do that today. I'll cook that tomorrow. That's mine that you took out, right? All right, you heard that, guys. So that's in prep for meal prep tomorrow. Letting the extra lean ground beef thaw out from the freezer. So, gonna do some prep. I made actually quite a bit of food. I'm surprised it lasted so long. I prepped Sunday, and I'm not gonna have to prep again until tomorrow's Thursday. So the food's still nice and fresh. It's not too bad by then. And I'm running low on beef here, so if anything, that's more of the telltale of when to make food again. The potatoes can last a little bit longer, but it's not as big of a deal if I run out of potatoes because I can find other substitutes for it. I can eat some meals with some bread or something like that, or just have oatmeal or something like that for my carbs. But when you run out of the beef, then since I'm a bit of a picky eater in a sense, that's when I run into trouble. Because I'm not the biggest fan of chicken, and then you can only eat so much eggs in a day and only so much protein powder, I guess, to get your protein. So I really try to stay on top of prepping the beef. That doesn't always work out, but try my best. So simple dinner tonight. So easy when you meal prep. All you have to do is scoop it out of the big bowls, stick it in your bowl, and that's all she wrote. So nice and simple. Just gonna let that microwave, and then dinner is served. Is this thing on? Yeah, buddy. Man, now I'm really messing around with low volume training. I do, honestly, for the most part, guys. Hold on, let me close this door. I do, for the most part, guys, like one top set, and then just because I usually take that set to failure. Now it's not like chronic absolute death failure. It's failure till the perfect form that I do breaks down. So if I'm really feeling it, like I try to keep my bicep curls pretty tight, right? Nice and slow on the way down. And then I try not to swing it too much at the bottom. I try to strictly curl it up. So when I can't do that anymore, I'll typically end the set. And something like that for, say, like a chest press, again, I don't really rock out of the bottom. I just press it strictly out of the bottom with a pause typically. But sometimes, especially for something like biceps or triceps, I might swing a little bit to get past that sticking point just to get an extra rep. And it's really just to focus on the negative, the control, because if I can force that extra rep and use a little bit of back to pull it up, then I can focus on controlling the negative. And you're stronger on the negative, the eccentric, than you are on the concentric. So there's technically still a little bit of gains left on the table. But I think at that point you'd be going beyond failure. So guys, I'm really messing around with like low volume. So I'll typically do like that nice strict set, and then I'll do a drop set. And that drop set is usually with just slightly lighter weight and a way lower rep range. Like we're talking like 5-ish reps, 5 to 8 reps. And again, it's to basically strict failure. And that's my set. So I like just doing just a little bit more than one top set. So I do that drop set so I can hit technically 2 times of failure, one with the straight set and one with the drop set. Or I think what I might start messing around with is doing a top set but beyond failure. So after I achieve strict failure, then doing some cheat reps so I can focus on that eccentric and do a little bit of extra reps. So in a sense, that's like beyond failure. So then I don't necessarily need a drop set. And honestly, I've been doing that for most exercises, except for like the key exercises at the beginning of the workout that really work on something that I'm really trying to build up. I'll do 2 top sets, and sometimes I'll do 2 top sets, both sets usually to failure, strict, and then after that second set, I'll do a drop set, or after that second set, I'll do a beyond failure set. So that would be things like on chest day, my incline press, on legs, squats, back day, my pull-ups, because I'm really trying to bring up my width, biceps, my barbell bicep curl, because I'm really trying to bring up my biceps, hammer curls, because I'm trying to do, since I do 2 bicep exercises, I want to do enough sets for hammer curls to not lack too much on the brachioradialis region, like this little chunk right here. So I'm messing around with that, guys, and honestly it feels pretty good, because I just feel kind of like if you do too much volume over time, it really does catch up to you, and you end up either getting injured, you're not getting stronger, and if you're not getting stronger or getting better control with your reps or getting more reps, then you're not really progressively overloading. Like, you don't have to just get stronger, you can have better control, which means technically you are stronger, because now you're able to control the same weight better. If you're not doing some sort of improvement over time, granted, if you're somewhat around the same weight or losing body fat really slowly, because if you diet really hard, then you're not really gonna be able to gain a lot of strength and a lot of muscle, especially if you're dieting aggressively. So keep that in mind. Let me just take a couple bites here. So just keep that in mind, guys. You got to be progressively overloading to make gains in the long term. And so if doing less volume allows you to recover, and that allows you to be fully fresh to continue making gains, and of course staying injury free, which in the long run makes you make more gains over time, because if you're not getting injured, then you don't have to pull it back a ton to then have to rehab, and you don't have to pull back really at all. You can keep it going like nice full force. Since you're doing not a ton, you can actually recover from it. So just keep that in mind. Honestly, that workout felt good. Like, I didn't have to do a ton of sets. I wasn't like dead tired at the end. Like, I was pretty exhausted. Like, it was a pretty good workout, but I feel pretty good after. And I think over time I'm going to get quite a bit stronger, and that's what's going to make me get a lot bigger. Now, keep in mind, I'm not trying to get stronger at the sacrifice of my form. I'm not trying to get stronger at the sacrifice of necessarily changing my rep range, but exactly what I'm doing with the form, all my techniques the same rep range, but then getting stronger, it's going to equal more muscle. So that's really what I'm focused on. So we're just going to continue to hit that. I'm still on that push-pull legs, and I take a day off in between each weight workout. And then on the off days, I do cardio and abs, and then since it's going to be like push and then off, which is cardio and abs, pull and then off, that's only 1 day rest in between my ab training, so I won't train abs again. I'll just do cardio that day, and then when it hits the weekend, I can either do cardio at home or I can do cardio at the gym. And by Saturday I could probably train abs, maybe not as much as I did the first day that I trained abs, but just like a light touch up, just to do a little bit of extra, just to stimulate it again, but not to really like break it down, because then I want to have enough days for it to heal up again, to train like full blast again the next week at least one time. So don't forget to train your abs, and also remember your abs. Like, I don't know how some people go like, oh, I train abs every day. Like, your abs are a muscle too. Yeah, they're like a little bit more endurance, but like they still need to recover too. And if you train heavy, like, you use your abs to stabilize, especially with like a lot of free weights. So if you're gonna like stress out your abs a ton, like, you're first of all probably gonna get an ab cramp, because you use your abs for stabilization for your heavy lifts, or you're just not gonna be stable for your heavy lifts, and then something's gonna either you might get injured, or because you're not stable, or you may not lift as heavy, so other stuff may suffer because of it unnecessarily. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, it comes back down to recovery. Like, you gotta feel it out, feel your body. We're all different. And the thing is, what is good recovery time for me may not be the same for you. So if you can recover quicker than me, guys, that one means you probably have better genetics, at least in terms of recovery, which is better genetics, because then you have the potential to put on more muscle, potentially, because if you require more stimulation to grow, then that kind of evens out that you just need to do more work to build more muscle. If you don't build as much muscle when you stimulate it, but you recover quicker, that means you just got to get your butt back in the gym and stimulate the muscle again, which if anything, that's probably worse genetics. But if you have the same kind of muscle response to working out, but you recover quicker and you can hit it again sooner than somebody that takes longer to recover, then you probably have really good genetics. But I'm willing to bet that that's not most of us. We're all probably around the same area of genetics in terms of the most of the population. That just makes sense, like on average. I kind of wonder if people with better genetics are just better at recovering, or if they're better at just responding to the growth stimulus per workout. Because even you got somebody like Dorian Yates who has like phenomenal genetics, and remember how he used to train super low volume? And that guy said he continued to grow once he started to do the lower volume and just let his body recover more. And we're talking like a 6-time Mr. Olympia. And if you're a 6-time Mr. Olympia, guys, and you're beating all those other guys to become the champ, then you're the cream of the crop genetics. So even with somebody with elite genetics, which like we're talking supreme genetics, like the way this guy looked before he started lifting, or like when he started lifting for basically a couple of years, like it's probably like the peak natural physique for some of us after like decades of training. So was his good genetics because he just recovered quicker, or is it because he responds better to growth stimulus but still needs roughly the same amount of time to recover? It seemed like maybe he just had a better growth response but still needed a lot of time to recover. That's what it kind of seems to be, judging on the fact that he grew the most when he switched to low volume. But yeah, who knows? Something I was just thinking about recently. But either way, that low volume, high intensity workout was pretty good. I really enjoyed that today. So, you know, eventually I'm going to start posting workout videos, guys. I just want to get consistent with posting my eating videos and just get into this YouTube rhythm, and then we'll just continue hopefully to get better from here. This is just ground beef and potatoes. Put a little bit of regular mustard and sweet and spicy mustard, and yeah, man, this is going to hit the spot, and just continue on the grind. Just doing the same things day in and day out, just like we're supposed to, in order to get better. And over time, you will get better. So guys, stay on the grind. We're going to get this together. We're going to win together. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.